130. That's how many double-page spreads Dandadan has. 130 double-page spreads over the course of 183 chapters, which means 71% of Dandadan chapters have a double-page spread in them. Except you can make the case that that percentage isn't even entirely accurate. Because when looking back at the many spreads for this video, I made a rule for myself to only include full-page illustrations, which means I excluded gems like this and this. Look at this. Naruto's first 244 chapters, which mind you is the entirety of part 1, has a total of 115 double-page spreads, which already puts it below Dandadan. But if you were to use my criteria of double-page spreads having to take up the entire page, the number would drop significantly to just 11. The amount of double-page spreads a manga has obviously doesn't make it better than any other manga, but it is absolutely insane to see the level that Yukinobu Tatsu is operating on compared to his peers in this particular regard. While looking through these spreads for the video, I came to notice something that might help explain how the hell Tatsu is able to draw so many of these big illustrations so fast, so often, and without sacrificing art quality in any way. But first, let's take a trip down memory lane and take a look at some of these double-page spreads. Oh yeah, remember this? The mini training arc for Okurun to unlock his combat rhythm. Defeating the music room portress was the path to achieving that rhythm. Good times. At this time where the Ayase began to perform the exorcism on Evil Eye, before their performance was so rudely interrupted by some jock heckler. Like, not now, Gigi, we're trying to jam out here, jeez. I love the energy in this illustration, the way the motion lines curve in on the vocalist, and the drummer looks like he's giving the performance of his life. And, we got this one. Okay, wait, this is just this one and this one combined into one to make this one? Okay, but that makes sense. The Hiyashi in this image are like a memory, a way for Okurun to apply the past experience to his current situation. So it actually makes sense that it's the exact same pose because Okurun is remembering that performance exactly. Oh yes, when Mola came in for the save to protect Momo from certain death, this was awesome. You can feel the impact of that punch and the speed of which Mola is traveling to just... Dude, that's so good. And now we... like mother, like daughter, I guess? It's the same suit, of course, but it's also the same drawing used in chapter 100. Meaning, for this particular double-page spread, Yukinobu Tatsu didn't have to draw the suit again. However, he did have to draw Vamola, the horns, the alien, and Big Mama getting absolutely decimated. Which is still an incredible amount of work, of course. Oh yeah, this one, from the Space Globus arc as well, which has some of the nastiest action-packed art in the manga so far. This one, however, is very similar to that spread I showed you earlier with the Hiyashi and the music room portraits. These aliens are mostly copies as well. Almost all of them are from previous spreads he did, and those spreads even use art from previous spreads, meaning the only thing in this particular double-page spread that Yukinobu Tatsu drew was our heroes, Momo, Gigi, Mr. Mantis Shrimp, Ira, and Sleepyhead over here. Listen, I hope I'm not giving you guys the wrong idea here. What I'm not trying to say is that Yukinobu Tatsu is secretly lazy. What I believe is that Yukinobu Tatsu has found ways to work smarter and not harder when it comes to consistently delivering these spreads for us. He does things like this in smaller ways too, like using the same face multiple times between chapters, like the Seiko one in chapter 128 and 127, or Yukinobu Tatsu using this knee strike delinquent here and here, which, wow, you gotta be crazy to willingly shove your knee into a dude wearing a helmet, powered up or not. A lot of Dandadan is drawn traditionally by Yukinobu Tatsu himself. A lot, but not all. He, like many other mangaka, has assistants. Check out this sketch here. See those X's? Those spots are where either an assistant or Yukinobu Tatsu would fill in using a digital paint bucket tool. They would scan the page, upload it digitally, and then fill in those spaces. And even though I don't know for sure, it's hard for me to imagine that pages like this aren't using digital tools to make life easier. I know I wondered how the hell Yukinobu Tatsu was drawing so many spreads so fast, and this doesn't quite answer that question completely, but I think it certainly gives us a peek into how he makes it easier for himself by reusing completed drawings. But these recycled drawings are usually small parts of an entirely new illustration. Or when it's a spread like this where it's majority copy and pasted, it usually comes after 3 spreads that were drawn completely from scratch. So him lowering the amount he has to draw and it's still resulting in something that is this awesome doesn't upset me at all. Yukinobu Tatsu is still an absolute legend when it comes to artistic capability, and if you've seen his older stuff, you know he's absolutely been putting in the work. Like Okarun, he knows exactly when to go all out. Yeah? Okay. I hope these little tricks are helping him stay healthy and isn't allowing himself to be overworked. Which brings me to the biggest trick a mangaka can do to stay on top of their game: taking breaks. The other day on Twitter I saw a post that One Piece wouldn't be on break after chapter 1141, and I also saw a user quote that tweet saying that we shouldn't be giving praise to mangaka for just doing their job. Now, not only does Oda do his job, he does his job too much. Eiichiro Oda's schedule has been documented many times and he very much lives and breathes creating One Piece. To act like Oda taking a break means he doesn't do his job, or to allude that he shouldn't take breaks because there are harder jobs that exist is just, it's insane. Especially because we do know what happens to artists who think that their health is a very low priority. And no one wins in those cases. Yukinobu Tatsu has taken a few breaks here and there, and the fandom, including myself, miss the chapters every time he does. But you'll never catch me demanding he pick up a pencil and just draw, when everyone, no matter the profession, deserves a break every once in a while. And it's really alarming to me when the best of the best like Eiichiro Oda have fans who think like this. What hope is there for those who are just starting out? The pressure to keep up with this extremely demanding manga industry just must be so intense. Ruri Dragon almost became a victim of this. After releasing just 6 chapters and becoming an instant hit with early readers, it went on hiatus for 2 years because of the author's poor health. Many thought it would never return, but thankfully it did. And when it did, the author vowed to take their health more seriously. Ruri Dragon became very close for another mangaka's career ending way too early. And if I'm honest, I don't know what the solution is to fix everything wrong with the manga industry. But at the very least, mangaka should be allowed to take breaks, and it should be normalized and encouraged, not met with ungrateful remarks.